stumbling block in my life. Them no want to strive. One day at a time, Jah give more blessing. Even in abundance, sorry, ain't got nothing. Still I call for me king. It's more blessing. Give thanks, life, loot, and fair represent the mindset.
Blessed love, manners, and respect. Do give thanks and praise for life. This is the Mindset program. I just am your host, and I'm here. It's a great honor to be here with the Honorable Muta Baruka.
Yeah, man, give thanks for Rastafari.
Yes, sir, give thanks. First and foremost, I want to congratulate you on your lifetime.
Achievement, yeah, I regret.
Yes.
But we don't get it yet.
You don't get it yet.
No, the 24th.
The Mindset, thought-provoking. I'm your host, Honorable Ida Star, and we're there with our brand new Mindset series live on the YouTube. Subscribe, Ida Star Mindset channel, YouTube. Blessed love.
My struggles. No, they don't know what I've been going through. They don't know my story, they don't know my song. No, they don't know I have a troubled soul. But when I wake up feeling like my happiness is overdue, I just remember what my father told me. Don't let them kick, don't let them trick, don't let them break you down. My father told me, don't let them ever see you fall down. My father told me, take all the pressures from your mind and cast them asunder. Oh my child,
blessed love,
you got to carry on.
Blessed love, warm welcome.
So if there is a mountain in my way, it's got to move.
Got to move no matter what I go on.
To be a champion in life's race, so I refuse.
Sounds like Randy Valentine.
It might get hard, it might get rough. Just remember that the liquor that you have is enough to carry on.
He's our special guest today.
To carry on. My father raised me as a soldier. He told me I should never be afraid.
I want to listen good to them song, you know, because them old. So right now we just jog the eye them memories in.
Yes. And then the weapon with the evil them rise shall have no effect.
This is just to show the eye them say, you see, music is an untimely thing, you know what I mean? You will make music today and not having the knowledge, knowing that, not even the knowledge, knowing that it's going to have impact, not immediately but further down the line. And you know, this song is one of those songs. It's titled Carry On. Without no special ado, I want to introduce Randy Valentine to the Mindset program. Blessed love, brother.
Art of love, Jaja, art of love. Thank you very much for having me.
Yes, sir. Great to have the hype on the program here, my brother. It's been a long while, but nothing before the time.
Nothing before the time, and the time is now, so give thanks. Let me make sure everything's silent. But yo, give thanks. I'm grateful. Thank you.
Yes, Randy. As me I say a while ago, very powerful song and timely. You know what I mean? Carry On. Yeah. What was going through, or what the idea of face at the time when you put this song together?
This one was I think, yeah, it was the first project, the first official project that we were gonna release, and then a lot of the things was like for the shows that we were doing in Europe and all that stuff. Musically, it was growing, you know, as the art was growing. But the strain of it, you know what I mean? The strain of it, of moving from A to B and wondering if it's gonna be, I don't know. I didn't think the way I think about that's how I think for that girl. I'm imagining that was what I was thinking at the time. But another thing was a better way to share the conversation.
Yes,
What I normally have, you know, with my father, like enough of them songs that I'm not going to share it, but enough of them reasons, yeah, I just want to share with my father at the daytime, you know, when they come home and I say. And then this, even if it's not word for word, this is one of the best ways to describe how I live with my father.
True. See.
Oh, and without him say it, I just see him do, you know. Yeah, man. Without him say it, yeah, man. This is his story in a song. Yeah, yes, man. Make it work. And yeah, of course it is, but make it work. Make it work.
So, what was the album dedicated to your old man, or was just this specific song?
This specific song, but in the whole process, man, it's our song, it's our music. There's also another song in the item I mentioned. Say, I think my life is speeding fast, it's like a train line. I'm in the streets at night, yeah, I'm like, hey, nice. And I'm say something about my father nearly lose him airline, you know. And then him fly up on the airline and something like that. Yeah. But then it's our music always rap about my father, I'm a mother, I'm my brother, I'm my sister, you know. It's like it's our story and something for real.
Family orientated, family structured.
Yeah, fully, yeah, man.
Yes, alright. Since the eye goes up, talk to me about which part the eye grew up. We see the eye here in the UK. People around the world know the eye and know of the eye and know what the eye do. But for some people who probably don't know of the eye and this platform, you know what I mean? Talk to me about where the eye grew up and what it was like growing up in your community.
Yes, the place where they say it takes a village to raise a child.
Yes, sir.
Yeah, I'm the evidence of that. You know what I mean? I grew up knowing everybody within my community. My friends, the people, everybody our neighbor, you know. This is Coley, St. Ann, Clarendon. Yeah, man. Music, surrounded by spiritual people. Yeah, but have the Poco Church was just like 5 minutes from my house.
See.
So every there's music, drum always a beat across the road or what they say, you know.
So you never go over there yet?
Always. Because it's a part of the community, it's a part of the thing where everybody's sharing, you know.
Yes, sir.
So that was another one of the next joys of growing up in the hill them time, you know. So family, the community and music, and this so called the Clarendon, the sound system culture. We mentioned that enough still, but that's also a main part of which part I grew up. Yeah, man, nearly every man have a sound system, you know, and I play music. So big up Coley.
Pardon me there, my lad. Yes, sir.
Everything good,
me there. Beg your pardon with them people. Seeing, so Clarendon, that's how the eye grew up and things. Seeing, so school wise and thing, you know. Seeing when you leave school, the eye did leave school with any CXCs and because we know in Jamaica them thing there is like is an important thing for. You know, when you graduate and you leave with some things.
Yeah, man, true.
Or was the academical side for the eye like?
We never graduate from high school.
Same.
Yeah, I leave early age and then I go high school and I think we stop in grade 11. And just in time for them come to England, you know. And I saw that when we reached England, I was about 17.
Okay. See.
Yeah, that's about 2003 them time, man. Yeah.
That's
what it was, the journey for me.
See, so the I never really after school get much time in a Jamaica then.
Nah, no, not at all. My friends of mine would always say, "Yo, Randy," one of the thing with me I always think about all the while, is how I didn't get to share the experience with graduating with the brethren, because it's a part of growing up and sharing life. So me, I was talking to my brethren about it, and we always laugh about it. But that's a thing where I always think about, yeah, graduating from high school, Edwin Allen Comprehensive, them time.
Rastafari. So, alright, I met the transition and now I in England, you know what I mean, as a teenager said we and thing. What the experience there was like for the man now? I come in a different environment now where, totally different from Jamaica. See? Did I have an idea what the I wanted to become when the I made that move there?
No. That wasn't a thought. The main thing that was happening was the family was moving. See me? The family was moving together. And then Mommy and Daddy, they figured out a plan to be able to, put their family in a different situation. And then here we are. So this was the core of everything. No, not me thinking, what me I gotta do and set up, It was we were here and here we are. Let's continue with this plan, Let's expand on this plan as a family.
Rastafari. So did the I went back to school? Did that was a part of your meds?
I didn't go back to school. I tried to. I think I was here for 3 months, September, and then we go try for cried in college, and then tell me I'd have to wait until the next year. The next year I said can't stay up by for so long and if do something. And then I went to YMCA in Croydon, in East Croydon. There's a YMCA training center where I went and I did some courses of painting and decorating.
See it.
What I did with my brethren them, I would set up a little painting and decorating company. And that was our first entrepreneurial, venture.
See,
yeah.
So the I get some qualification in a painting and decorating and
yeah, and then I did some more vocational qualification, English and maths and so I think some other City and Guilds computer studies thing. And then from that I think I did that for maybe 3-4 years and then went straight into work in the hospital in Camberwell.
See, Rastafari. Yeah, so you do your due diligence then, in terms of where the practicality of working, probably in the system then.
And attaining as much as I could with the time that I had, with the mind that I had. And then, applying that and then growing from that space to here, So yeah man, I'm grateful.
Rastafari. So alright, all the music now, all that journey that all started for the I know, because that now put you in a different position from, a painting and decorator, not degrading or demeaning, a painting and decorator still. But all the music started out for the man.
So music has always been, I wouldn't say I've been an artist, but with my father being a sound man, there's never been you won't go too far without hearing music within our surrounding,
Yes,
within our household. Fall asleep with the radio, you see me I say, and then wake up with it. And right now, me have my vinyl them, and I think I remind myself so much of my father, because I might have film vinyl them the same way I am cassette them. Right now, I have 1,000 CD and that's what I just love playing, So it's like, it's always been that. My little brother is a DJ as well, and my older brother used to be a DJ. And then me and him used to do this father and son DJ thing. And when we go around different club that's in the UK,
See?
different place where I play music. Me I spin the music and I do the talking, So
then I do the toasting.
I am that man, him that. So they do the same thing with my older brother, same thing with me, same thing with my little brother. And I saw him sharing. I saw me develop my love for the music, And then while working in the hospital, I met this brethren named Kevin Ababio Blemish. Really good brethren. You see me? He was working in the learning zone in the hospital. And he's a brethren when he's a brethren when I know. And he hear me singing at the hospital and he say, yo, I have a studio. And he say, yo, come share some time. And then we're going to the studio, and then that also added to the love for the creative process. That's where it kind of started, you know. Yeah.
Rastafari. See it.
Yes,
So
yeah.
did I know? So when you start record, seeing, cause that's how you start to get more practice as a recording artist. Then, cause you're in the studio, and that's what recording artists do. Them they in the studio and practice to become perfect. You know what I mean? When you recorded your first song,
Yeah.
how did that go? Was it a song that came out, or was it just just a song that I did and it's just there?
My first song that I recorded, it was a session with a brethren called Kwame, and we were listening to some Sam Cooke. He was asking me about my influences, and I was playing some Sam Cooke, and then we were trying to make a song similar to a song called Having a Party. So he was listening to my tone and say, yo, you have a tone similar to that, And we were trying to write a song around that. And that before even singing, it was just used to be maybe some poetry that made I write, or some just something without a rap, the YMCA kind of, So it wouldn't have been anything musical to never sing. Yeah. But then one of the first actual songs that we recorded, the official song, was a song called Sing My Blues Away. Yeah. Sing My Blues Away. That's the one we did release. But around that we were writing, you can say 1,000 different songs, because it's just about locking at the studio and just come up with different concepts and learn the expression. The brethren even tell me, say, yo, Randy, you sing, when you sing, you sing a lot of these soulful songs, but when you start talk, you talk like you come from somewhere else. I'm making you write like when you sing. And that's when it even led into wanting to write more political songs. Yeah,
So, what you mean by that? Because what the so the Pt1 ring out?
No, man, because I know that we did write specific songs. That time there I went Tiny Temper. And them area that time,
Yeah.
And we were gonna write, try get something towards radio. So we have to write something that was, we cater to the ears them a wider audience. But when I write personal music now, the man say, when I write your tune, them, have to write everything like you want it to sound like the radio same. Why not write something that sounds like how you talk after the song then? And then that led into,
Yes,
yeah,
I see it. So all right. So how you would describe your style now for someone who does hear about Randy Valentine? How would you describe your style?
I think when I tried over the last sound them is to show some kind of eclectic vibe, because I have at least, again, when we say about the thousands of songs, we have so much sound on the computer, so with so many different producers that we've been working with over the years, that also represents a side where enough people in the hear yet, and probably sound like every other artist, But there's a lot of different sounds that we've been working on and experimenting, given that I also with it to the traveling kind of introduce you to different sounds and vibration. So
True.
Yeah, I've learned many different ways to express whatever it is I try to express in any given time. So me, I just stick to it and say it's eclectic, Yeah, I hear that.
Yeah, I hear that. I hope the people in my overs who are going still. Yeah. All right, cause the eye to eye man still, you just pop up out of nowhere for I still personally.
Yes.
You see me?
Yes.
I say?
Yeah.
what was the journey now like, you know, getting the music out there? Because now you start to record and you're confident of what you're doing. See, what was it like for the eye? You know, what kind of struggles did the eye face now trying to get the music being heard?
Like I would say struggles, and then I would say it was such a great journey, you know, with the brothers that also came in. I met some brothers from Switzerland. Big up Riga, big up Mehdi, big up Vince Lee, big up the brother that introduced me to them, like Mr. Midas is a dancehall artist from over here. He used to do his dancehall thing, and then they introduced me to the guys from Switzerland, and then them say, yo, them like the vibe. And because they started introducing it in Geneva, Switzerland, it kind of gave it the international appeal. So from there, we used to start working networks and go into the festivals and different venues and just a network the vibe. That also, I would say, maybe a few years ago, when that thought was struggle, but look on it now, the thing did just a build.
Yeah.
You know, and a whole heap of different things we'd have to do to make it work. And it all worked out really well. You know what I mean? I can't pick out from my head right now what I call that stream. You know?
Rastafari.
I can't do that. Yeah.
I know the eye understand how the music industry run, and especially for, you know, up and coming artists who want to get their music out there and, you know, they want to be recognized. You see me, I say, and the music play, the radio play an important role with getting the music out there, the disc jockeys and so on, the radio presenters. What was the relationship like for the eye with, you know, radio disc jockeys and so on? You know?
Oh man, radio. I don't know, that's one of the biggest push that I received for the whole thing again. From Mr. Mighty over here, so Commander B. You know, I have a man in Wales at something, the first interview I did, I think something Radio Scott, I can't remember fully his name, but that was the first interview I did was in Wales. A radio interview, I talked about reggae music with a song called Over and Over. You know, you have the sound system DJ them over there, so we can make great support as well. You have Shawnee B who gave me support. You have Natty B who gave me one of my first interview on Chice FM, you know, and say, yo,
big up Natty B.
Yeah, big up Natty B, man. You know, and wow. Selector Sticks, you know. You have radio DJs in Jamaica, you have radio DJs in Australia, you have radio DJs, some really strong friends I have in the States as well, you know. And the sound system culture in the States as well. And enough of them on the dub plate vibes are just the sound system culture itself gave the music a good push because of the mixtape and the influence that it had, or how they appreciated it for within the sound system culture. So yeah, man.
Yes,
yeah, man. Enough radio DJ. It's I have a list on my right. Yeah. It's a 3-page list. So I'm gonna do a video, I read out the name and it's just a long list of just wanting to say thank you to all of the DJs. I mean, I haven't said that yet, but
pause.
Trust me, so many DJs to share love to.
Yeah, man, large up the DJs and, you know, everyone who play a part, you know what I mean?
Man.
But is a reason why I ask you that question, you know, see? Yeah. Because I don't know if it's fortunate, if is the correct word, but a lot of youth come up against a lot of unfortune within the music, and most of them are disgruntled about how some radio DJs are, you know, mostly radio DJs still, because I think artists aim to get the music on the radio. You understand? Yeah. Because radio play 24/7, right?
True.
So, but a lot of youths now, them complain about, you know, P1 system and all of that. The way the eye break it down to eye, man, is like the eye never have to deal with anything of the sort?
Yeah, me never have to do that yet. So me feel like, I not even feel like me know say it's a blessing. You know, that's why I said the strain, I can't speak of it. And a lot of these things, where we even, a lot of we don't experience it, but because it's a conversation it's always happening, it then becomes a part of what we're doing. Even if it's just a conversation alone, it then becomes a part of how we are and where we are. So,
True.
Personally, me never have to go to a DJ and say, yo, right, and a DJ never pressure me to say, yo, yafi, you know? Me never. And then if I did, I would have understood. See me, I get it. It's business. I mean, me talk about that all the while until me can go tell a DJ, say, yo, this is what you need to be doing for your 9 to 5, and then this is how you're going to feed your children. Then I can't go tell him what the shit to do him work, you know, because I'm also trying to do the same thing, and there's only a few people then sometimes that I probably would allow to then tell me how to shape the thing. This is how we work. This is how we operate.
But
I try to.
But like how you put that, because, you know, I say a lot of ones are disgruntled and ones that burn them something and say, boy, oh, you know, how them for do that, and, you know, we record our song already and we play with studio time already and we pay for our mix and our masters and all these things, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
But at the end of the day, you're investing in yourself. Because you're a business person, because you know you have something that is a product and you can sell, you can market it and sell it. You understand? So it's a business you're also doing as an artist, and whoever is playing your music, probably they're doing their thing as a business as well.
I can imagine that is the business that their passion has led them towards saying, okay, then I could turn this into a business. Even if they haven't worded that yet, this is what's unfolded. So we should even knock a man on his journey when we're doing thing. We should, again, we just, I don't know, man. I find time to give some energy to the people that was giving me energy. And when I realize that these people are connected to me because of what I'm passionate about, I focus on that. I don't feel I need to do so much to convince the world. Keep on working on this because there's someone that appreciates it, and you nurture that, and you nurture what people appreciate, you nurture that space and you watch it grow. Sometimes our own irritations come from wanting to bring it into a space where it's not welcome. Personally, I don't want a DJ to play my song if he's not feeling the vibe. No, I don't want that. I feel like he's doing a yeah, man. Sometimes I'm listening. If I'm a fan listening to music and I'm listening to the DJ, I trust this DJ to be giving me something. I trust him, you know. I trust him to be sharing something that he's appreciated. Sometimes they don't appreciate the vibe and they're giving you what they don't appreciate. That for me is a disservice, you know. So
seriously.
Yeah, man. I love music too much, man. That's why the project after the album, I call it Radio. It's like a radio mixtape where I'm trying to build a radio station. And my little brother built a radio station right now, is inside the house right now here, because this is how we're passionate about music. That's you know, we're not gonna complain about what's missing. We'd rather see that if we can see it, then again, it's probably a vision that we need to manifest. Apply yourself. Yeah, man.
True.
Yeah.
All right, my brother. All right. I'm gonna play that song. It does lead me to play this song from the Iron. It's taken from the same album also.
Yeah.
I got to keep the fire burning. I've been searching for the answers all of my life. But little did I know that it was inside me all the time. Me have to put on the army suit. Me have to march here down with the troops, with the truth out.
Yeah, man, our special guest today is Randy Valentine.
Well, I want hotter than the gecko where your mother settle on the counter. Rebel bloodline, man, a soldier. I crack the code, so me mind overload with a million ways to them get over town.
You know, so when we break the train, we can't, we can't play them song at one time, Cause the train a break is victory, that's May I tell her? A product of the islands of Jamaica. Originally African, don't it? Alright, we're ready, let's go.
The gecko where your mother settle on the counter. Rebel bloodline, man a soldier. I crack the code, so me mind overload with a million ways. See them get overthrown. I not dancing on them circles. Know the most I say I and I have a higher purpose. And this is why them getting nervous. This is why they stop and search us with hurt us. Oh, oh, oh. I swear to God that this is the truth. I don't really like how them a treat the ghetto youth. So I put on my army suit and strap on my army boots. I got my troops and tell them this and them. We not take no excuses. Just take a trip in all these slums. And all you see are daughters and sons that fight over crumbs. All illusion time come and tell them we not back down. They never expect me to break the chain. But now I'm free from captivity. Welcome to Judgment Morn. Babylon, your kingdom fall down. Watch out, in the studio me there writing, wondering why they finally round to do the writing. Lyrically lightning striking, but any fighting we rise against I dream, keep on fighting. Because the blood is still divide us. Them not gonna tell us if the fire is inside us. It's a major problem, what them teach it to the minors. All them know about it, them worshiping designers, yeah. Sometimes we looking at the dance, and then you wonder if we really stand a chance. Obvious slackness, me see them a endorse. Oh, spiritually them yes, watch out. But I don't stop sing songs for the righteous. And not more rebels a come on the night pass. Hey, them can't stop me no matter how them fight us. If you believe the flesh and the lighters, you never expect me to break the chain. But now I'm free from captivity. Welcome to Judgment Morn. Your united kingdom is born.
May I tell her, you know. Whatever what I said, but the artist said it still, but the reality don't it. The reality. Randy, very powerful song. One of my favorite songs from the I, Celestia, you know. One of my favorite songs, most of the time when I'm playing on the radio, this is the song that, I normally play. Very powerful song. In terms of the music, have I break that chain in terms of where you want to be as an artist?
I would say yes, given that like last week was one of the happiest times I've had in music, I had the oldest vision of being able to lock in at the studio, produce something, and then distribute it to an audience, and then meaning I'll be practicing the know-how at work. So I was able to do that for me and one of my bridging. So I think this is what I've been trying to do or trying to learn for the longest of while. From one, whether it be sound, and then two, compiling sound together, and then properly distributing. This was a journey. This was a journey.
Yes, and I must commend the I still, because as I say for I is like, the I pop up out of nowhere, and when I was introduced to the I music and, straight away I went and buy this album on iTunes, seeing and from ever since I follow what the eye is doing and thing, and we always reach out to the eye still, as the eye know, but I must commend the eye and thank the eye for what the eye is doing, because I think the eye is an example of what can happen. You know what I mean? Nothing is impossible. And if you work hard, you know what I mean, and stay focused, you can achieve your dream. You know what I mean? Talk to me about keeping focus. What staying focused and breaking through, getting to where you wanted to reach. You know what I mean? How did I stay grounded?
It's a lot of listening to yourself. It takes a lot of listening to. I give a lot of my family. See my family. I give my mother and my father. Yeah, man. Just watching them and how they work and learning from them. And we don't want the world, We learn this from a little bit. We don't want the world. We want to do what we can do to then see what we can do to be to better the space that we're in, which then affects the world that we're in. I say everything happen way there.
Yeah.
So not wanting to reach for too much of the world kind of made it easier for me to go through. I was always just celebrating everywhere I was. Isn't it? When I come from which part of me come from, which part we there. My brethren them talk about it. One time, for the mere fact that I'm there with my family, I'm there in England, we reach, we reach,
Mm-hmm.
We reach, so everything else, I life a bonus. Because I live and I do the best we do them, and I love one another them the best way we can do it, and we celebrate that. That's easy to do sometimes when especially when you're surrounded by it. So yeah, man, I never did really have to go too far in this world. I have to go find the immediate joy. And yeah, so we just celebrate the thing as them happen. It really and truly is a joy. If you can travel, more time I go to Switzerland. I remember the first part of Switzerland. I really £5 alone I have. And that and it's £3 something for the train ticket to go Gatwick. From here to which part I live. But if I reach Gatwick, I have £2 I'm going and buy a cup of tea. But I have the plane ticket now, I'm good. So but that alone I have. And then we're gonna reach over there, I'm good because we know say I work. But the mere fact that I was able to do that in this space meant that it was happening, and everything else is a blessing. So we never, we now grab after,
Yes, sir.
So that made it easier. Yeah. That made it easier. And the want to learn. The want to learn more. Because you could acknowledge the fact that you were in a rich environment, as in with knowledge. I'm surrounded by people who are applying what they've already learned. Me, I'm now having to learn from experience to then be able to apply. When I realized that that's what's happening, I wanted to learn more. That's why the whole thing, what I'm celebrating now is being able to apply this which I've acquired, throughout the process of, like most of the frustration where let's say artists have, a lot of artists, I would say, the strain of not being able to record and have it like this for consistency. Sometimes that make the one song with them record have to be the one we work.
True.
Yeah, because I'm saying a go time, but really and truly wanting to learn how to record and probably setting up a space and, taking time out to develop that space and develop that side of yourself. It helps a lot and it lightens a lot of the load and the expectation that we have sometimes.
Rastafari. Yes, I give thanks. Give thanks. Performing at Rebel Salute for the first time. As an artist, I can imagine that I, probably, dream of, performing on that stage. You know what I mean?
Could say, yeah. Well, go on, continue, sorry.
Yeah. So, what type of feeling when, whoever reach out to you and say, yo, we want you on that platform, in general.
Hey, big up to Tony Rebel Data, you know what I mean? when I met her, she said, yeah man, a long time. I would have wanted for you to share the stage. Tony Rebel himself, same way we wanted to. So I was Cali P. First time I went out to Jamaica, I was with Riga and Cali P, and we were talking about doing a show like this, and then it didn't unfold. And then we link up back with DJ Owen and DJ Owen. DJ Owen. Yeah, I don't have to say too much. DJ Owen know the story, He's, yeah man, him I am say, yo, this is what we're going to do. This is how we're going to make this work. And I'm a bridging, and I'm tell her, I didn't have to give this man an ice cement. It's like, just genuinely appreciate what we had to share, And then, yeah, he also made the connection to make it work. And then we're going to Rebel Salute. And then we're going to meet the great ones them again upon the island. And then, to sharing that experience, it was a joyous thing still. The joyous thing, I felt proud, as in, when I come back into the community or so, I felt like this is something that we were doing, My friends, in the community. I have a friend that flew from here that came to see the show, and he was in the front. Him having banner and him up, I always felt like this is something that we're doing, and it's something that we've accomplished, and and we were celebrating that. We're bridging them, especially just here. And then in Jamaica again, my family them that came through to see, and then everything else that rippled out from that space. But that little core space there with them people there, that was a good feeling.
And cause the I been around the world, before even touching that stage, the I been to so many different places, even Australia and these places. Seeing for perform at Jamaica, because Jamaica is the hub of the music where the idol Zane. I don't want to box it in just Jamaica still, but through the I come from Jamaica and I know it must be something to perform there. You know what I mean? For someone who you've been known outside of Jamaica. You're not inside of Jamaica and be known. You're in England. You're going to Europe and
it was a thing I have a thing when we stopped the last show, one of the main show that I did in Europe, Ratatam. And I said this in another interview, was while it was okay to share this, whatever inspiration was allowing us to share in the moment, and this was the conversation between I and the crowd. And then here we are now. I felt like I could have done this. I would have preferred now to have this conversation with two youth on the roadside in Jamaica so they can get it. You know what I mean? Why? Because we go Vancouver, and then I'm discovering songs, some burning spear we never hear, and I'm realizing that seeing with a burning spear that travel the whole world with the vibration to share, and I look at youth on the island and I go get it because they can't stream it, I can't go to the show, so they miss it. They miss it more time. It's this thing, if we're calling it inspiration and that, it's so divine that we're allowed to do it. Sometimes we don't even share it to the same youth that we are complaining about. You know what I mean? Give thanks to the sound system, they must string up. But enough of the youth them get it. All them all get it. So I did want to come off of the stage and just go back into my community, just to stand up and walk. And if we talk, and if this is the song, if we sing it, we sing it. If we talk, but where I live. And then we just share life like that, And that's what being on the stage in Rebel Salute felt like. Because I feel like I say something to a group of people when we only need to say, and the conversation done,
Yeah.
Yeah, because we get it. No conviction needed. I don't need to, what may I do? What we I do? I don't dance. What we I do? Hold on. I will tap it to what we I do? I'm just going to say, and everybody get it, and then we're on track. So really and truly, I'm going to say this, but when I was at Rebel Salute, the only thing when we do want to go up on the stage was going to cuss a bomb buckle up on the stage. You know what I mean? I don't know if we can cuss it on your radio.
Yeah,
that's what I wanted to do. Yeah, man. I go up on the stage, and I set the organizer. I go up on the stage, and I just cuss a bomb buckle and come off of the stage. you know. And him say me I disrespect the program as in what they've organized, and then I understood it on that level. But then I understand it on a level where the space, especially the sound or the genre that's championing a level of I won't say rebellious nature, you know, but we know what we are fight for, you know, and they must suppress the sound. Some kind of feel like it's like a budget that's upside down, you know.
Yeah, that is that me see it as a funny thing still enough, you know.
Yeah, I mean, I get that.
Yeah.
I mean, just want to go do it, and then me see Bushman a cry, and I say, yeah, this is what it is. This is how it'll come out. Because if a man can't say it, you go see it, watch it unfold in so many other ways. Sometimes, man, we have a own, you know. We have a own, like the mountain, we sing about in the song sometimes. It's the things that we do that does these things, you know.
True, my brother. Yeah. I don't know about Jamaica, different from you know, the rest of the world still. You know,
but it's beautiful. It's unique, and so I didn't do that because I had to respect the fact that here is somebody's stage, here is somebody's business at work. I'm in a space where I'm contemplating wanting to build my own. I could now see that when the man said more time you build a bridge and you're going to build a fence around it. Why? Wow, because you don't understand it once you build it. Until when you're building it, it's a different formula, it's a different mind that you're working with. A different thing to get something, it's a different thing to maintain what you now have. It's a different mind that it requires. And sometimes we won't know that until we get into that space. So I can't even speak for the one that's there and what that he has to do to be able to make it possible for us to even see this thing. And sometimes, if me have to explain sometimes, if you have to explain what you have to do to get the radio and everything together sometimes.
True.
People know, you know. People never know still. So it will be a thing for you one then come take your time and your space for granted, you know.
True, ja.
Yeah. So